Hi, Mattsuki here. So Modern Warfare 2 perks, well, they tried turning the perk system into some field upgrade, specialist bonus hybrid. A lot of people do not like them. I do not like them, but I wanted to get to the bottom of this, and I wanted to figure out why. Why doesn't this system work, and was MW19's better? Or is there an even greater system out there? Let's find out. When it comes to figuring out why, we must look at the developers' mindsets going into these systems. In their words, this game was built around sentinels, stalkers, and rushers. But MW19 was built for new and hardcore fans alike. As Infinity Ward have said in the past, they don't want low skill players to have a bad experience, nor the high skill players. Hence why they stated getting bashed in the mouth over and over again in high skill lobbies isn't fun. Infinity Ward haters misconstrued this all the time, so it's about time we put an end to that disinformation. Now that that's out of the way, let's discuss why MW2's perks are so flawed. The two base perks you can equip are all helpful in their own situations, but don't typically sway to sentinels, rushers, nor stalkers. Or in better terms, campers, rushers, and nomads. Nomads are resourceful and typically move from place to place. They might backtrack if shot at, or hold an angle if they know someone's going to round their corner. Nomads are the exact middle ground between a rusher and a camper. They are the people trying to rush effectively with an LMG that's weight constantly slows them down. Rushers are obviously the category infamous for their sweaty nature. They are tryhards that study the exact spawns, use meta loadouts, usually seen in CDL playlists, and run a stim shot for their faster health regeneration. And campers are infamous for their lack of movement, fun, and awareness. Claymores are currently designed to reinforce their playstyle without thought or consequence. They are the rats or the cockroaches that will not leave their den. They may use a shotgun, or they may hardscope a lane for the entire match with a no recoil fully auto gun or a sniper. Getting into the bonus perks in MW2, we start to see which playstyles each perk caters towards. First up, we have resupply. While it can help all playstyles, it does cater towards campers the most, as campers are the ones relying on equipment to get the kills for them. Re-earning claymores every 25 seconds is their crutch. Spotter, this perk highlights equipment, field upgrades, and streaks through walls. It absolutely caters towards nomads. It helps them shoot down streaks, avoid annoying claymore deaths, plus mark and hack equipment for their team. Cold-blooded, this one helps both rushers and nomads as they will stay more hidden with their perk as they run around the map unmarked by streaks and equipment. Fast hands, this perk directly helps rushers zoom. Being faster at reloading, using stims, and swapping weapons no doubt lets you rush harder. Hardline, it helps all players earn streaks faster. Then we have focus. This one is just built for all sniping playstyles. So these perks are great for defining a class, but we run into our first issue with MWT's perk system. These are earned later into the match, meaning if I built a loadout for sniping, I'm gonna flinch harder and hold breath shorter until I effortlessly unlock this perk. Focus. Same goes for nomads trying to spot claymores and avoid them, or rushers trying to reload fast in the heat of a gunfight. They can't do that until a few minutes into the match. Problem number 2, they're earned effortlessly, much like the streak system in Black Ops Cold War. Now, there's a lot of terms I wanted to discuss here, so bear with me. I'll keep it simple. Previously in COD, if you wanted to earn a streak, you had to stay alive and get a certain amount of kills to earn said streak. If you died, your streak reset. But in Black Ops Cold War, when you die, your streak doesn't reset. You could earn streaks a little bit faster in Cold War if you got kills without dying. However, if I died 1 kill off of a chopper streak, I could respawn, get 1 kill, and immediately acquire that chopper. Cold War guaranteed you streaks and allowed you to get them faster for doing slightly good. And much like Cold War streaks, Modern Warfare 2's perk system follows in their shadow. Previously in Call of Duty, if I wanted to earn extra perks, I had to get a certain amount of kills without dying, using specialist bonus, which can be found in MW19. If I died, my extra perks would reset, and I'd have to earn them all again. But in MW2, they do not reset because they are earned on a timer. And again, I could earn these perks faster for doing slightly good. The problem is the effortless rewards. Sure, COD has had effortless rewards in the past, like specialist weapons, aka overpowered guns, grenade launchers, and melee weapons. They were also earned on a timer. Earned faster if you did slightly good. Wow, I'm noticing a trend. But what else do these specialist weapons, Cold War streaks, and MW2 perks have in common? Oh right, universal backlash. Backlash generated from effortless, no-skill behavior being rewarded. Which brings us to problem 3. Why are effortless perks being awarded in CODs with heavy skill-based matchmaking? Previously, specialists in COD were to help low-skill players get a few kills on the high-skill players. That right there doesn't exist now, as skill-based matchmaking doesn't pair up low and high-skill players. Any new streak system, perk system, still trying to bridge that skill gap between high and low-skill players should not exist. All this does is create random engagements you can't predictably effectively counter. A low skill player will feel cheated and question how they lost when they predictably had the upper hand in a gunfight. The exact same happens in high skill lobbies. Instead, people should be learning from their deaths, not rage quitting, saying, oh well, or outright brain dead, ignoring it as if it never happened. A lot of big COD influencers at the moment are piggybacking off each other, saying the reason low skill players don't improve these days is because skill-based matchmaking beats them down when they perform better. Then these people go on to say how low skill players need a higher skill player in their lobbies to show them how to play the game super effectively. And you guessed it, by stomping their heads in the ground repeatedly. It pains me to even acknowledge this as a popular way of thinking, because how is a noob learning from a player slightly better than them worse than going hypothetically 2 kills and 40 deaths facing a high skilled player? Are they supposed to reflect on all 40 deaths in a mere 10 minutes max per match? Or is it more likely that they're gonna leave the franchise, as they will soon find out that the enemy players have between a single day to 15 years of experience? COD has existed for a long time. It's like making 2 professional athletes battle it out in a 1v1 soccer game. One has played soccer since they were a kid, the other has played baseball since they were a kid. They both know how to run fast, but I wonder who can kick the soccer ball better. I wonder if that baseball player will learn something from getting obliterated. It's as if you need lessons and coaching to compete, and teammates and foes around your skill level to grow with. Skill-based matchmaking will help growth. Also, hypothetically, if I was able to pick up a soccer ball for 10 seconds and run with it without being tackled, is there much to learn from? Soccer doesn't have arbitrary rules like that because they're cheesy and overpowered. There's no battle to be had. That is why specialists, MWII perks, and Black Ops Cold War streaks are frowned upon. And finally, we see ourselves at problem 4, the ultimate perks. They're earned even later into a match, pretty close to the end in fact. But what boggles my mind around them currently is their weird balancing with each other. Most still fall into the playstyle categories, camper, rusher, and nomad. But what I'm talking about is their effectiveness in contrast with one another. For example, why is quick fix now an ultimate perk? In the beta, it was rightfully a bonus perk, but apparently it was so good that it needed an unlock time nerf? It makes absolutely no sense. Compare quick fix to Ghost, for example. Ghost does not require you to move, play the objective, nor get kills, or anything for it to work. Same with High Alert, Overclock, Survivor, and Bird's Eye. But quick fix requires you to kill an enemy for its effects to take place, aka faster health regeneration. You also get faster health regeneration when on objectives, but we all know being on an objective is a big red flag for the enemy team to know exactly where you are. So for this perk, quick fix, to even work, you must put yourself either at a disadvantage or win a gunfight. And not just any gunfight though, no. You have to win a gunfight you've taken damage in. We all get plenty of kills in COD where the enemies are caught off guard in, and so we remain at full health out of harm's way. But that means this perk hasn't contributed any benefits. Meanwhile, Ghost is constantly keeping us hidden, more so if our class is built for stealth, which it most likely is if you've considered running Ghost to begin with. Meanwhile, Overclock is always charging our field upgrades 40% faster and always granting us a second field upgrade charge slot. Meanwhile, Survivor is always giving us a second life. Meanwhile, Bird's Eye is always giving us a larger minimap and radar benefit. But then also there's High Alert. It always tells you who's looking at you from behind off screen, except when somebody's using the bonus perk Cold-Blooded. I feel that High Alert also doesn't fit into the ultimate perk category too, because it has a direct perk counter. If this counter didn't exist, High Alert would be on par with the other ultimates. If Quick Fix granted the user an extra 50 health, or if Quick Fix always granted the user a faster health regeneration, regardless of a kill acquired, it would be in line with the other ultimate perks. But neither fit in at the moment. If we just swapped Quick Fix and High Alert over to the bonus perks, that would also work. No other perk alterations required. They'd stay the same but be unlocked faster. But with all of these other issues around MW2's perks, would a simple small change like this make the game better? Or is there yet a better solution good old Mattsuki has for ya? Well, the answer is yes. And fortunately, it will be in my next video, as this one is getting a little bit long. That video will be up in a couple days after this one, and there should be a pop-up on screen right now if it's out already. We'll also answer there if MW19's perk system is better. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, enable bell notifications, and peace out, homies. And if you made it this far in the video, please drop a comment saying flawed, so I know that you're a true homie. Goodbye.